Hi everyone, welcome back to this week weekly market update. Exciting week, exciting what's happened on last week as well. You can see that on last Friday, right, market went close higher, especially for the three major indices. Nasdaq popped 3%, Dow went as high as 600 point and then closed at 400 point. It seems like everything seems good on last Friday itself, and people seems like forget about the pains they have throughout the week. So I can only say that on the Friday itself, it's just like you are licking back your wound. The market just is like a dead cat bounce. All right, it's just a rebound to a certain level before you have a further drop. Don't treat this close last Friday green as turns in the whole economy or the market itself. All right, it's just a rebound. Take note, market have to pause, take a breath before it go and continue to the trend that it is forming. All right, so those seems this as a good news. So we can see that Friday, the stock actually trimmed the losses from another down week. All right, so eventually, even though the market closed Friday, everything seems good, but throughout the whole week, right, via the week candle itself, it still posted losses. All right, so the major average posted losses for the week. So don't be too happy. All right, why there's a lot of there's a lot of things that actually coming on Friday. Firstly, Friday we come to the usually Friday is a green day because people do not wish to hold their position over the long or over the weekend itself. And second thing is because the price has been dropping lower and lower, a lot of value investor wish worry about missing this opportunity to cash it at a low price and then they jump in. So we can see that the buy is not actually for the fund houses from the bank side, it's actually from the retailer fear of missing out, the FOMO, right? That's why we can see that the bitter tech stocks have a comeback like Facebook, Alphabet, Tesla, Nvidia, AMD, everyone pop. So wow, everything seems good. Back to the old days that we have. Come on, be realistic. Not that way, all right? Not that way. So next week, what are we looking at? For the coming week, I think it's actually more on this one. The consumer is a focus when a big retailer like Walmart, Home Depot, Target post their earning. Why? Because we know that it's a inflation season. I mean the inflation environment right now. On last Wednesday, we can see on the US CPI data came out 8.4%, way higher than the expectation. The market crashed because it gave the signal that the Fed can actually raise more rate, 50% basis point throughout the next few meetings. All right, they need to beat the inflation rate down to 2%. How can it be without increasing the rate, right? So this is what Powell said. He can't guarantee a soft landing as Fed look to control their inflation. So that is their first priority at this point of time. So you can see that it's just getting back 2% inflation while keeping the labor market strong is a challenge, all right? It's a challenge. And I think that is their top priority on make sure that the it's not overpriced um before they can actually you know relax down on tightening of the rate itself. All right, so they want to avoid recessions, followed by aggressive policy tightening will be a challenge. All right, it's not an easy job. So this is what people are looking at. However, one good thing, if you remember correctly, when they hike the rate on March, at the point of time the market go higher is because Fed promised there's no 75 basis point increase off the table, but that doesn't mean that 50 basis point cannot be happen for the next 2 3 period, right? So it's still the same thing, and people is blaming Powell for not increasing the hike earlier, not clawing back the bond purchase earlier to stop this inflation at all-time high. This inflation is at more than 40-year high posted in March, so not to be kidding. It's really a big impact to the economy itself. All right, so next week, not only on that, we shall see the pullback. It might actually have some relief within the next 1 week or 2 weeks itself. Not to forget, sell in May. We are still in the sell in May environment, but it should have completed the first selling in the first 2 weeks because it started early, the late April, if you remember correctly. All right, the sell in May kick off in the April, whereby April tend to be a good month, but it didn't. All right, so S&P 500, the key level is 4,000. I will go into the chart later. Stay tuned to watch the chart. All right, so that is one thing. Second thing, we are nearly a bear market because we can see that most of the indexes have actually dropped more than 20%, close to 20%. All right, when we talk about 20%, it's actually going into the bear market, very close to the official 20% decline for a bear market. Can you see that? So we are around there, especially right now. Why the market pick it up? US Treasury yield on the 10-year rate, right? It actually came down below 3%. But like I say, it's just a pullback, all right? For uptrend, it's a pullback. For downtrend, it's a decay bounce. So don't be too happy. I'm not seeing at a green side, but of course there's opportunity if you are short-term trader, a week trader, a day traders. But if let's say you are slightly a longer perspective, right, you should plan your trade. All right, cash is the king at this point of time. Even though you want to go into a cryptocurrency, just be aware. People who are not aware what happens. The Luna cryptocurrency crashes from $120, the high, to all the way less than a cent, and Binance just took it off from their platform, not tradable. Right. So why is Luna is something linked to UST, USDT, those kind of stable coin that you can buy the cryptocurrency, and it's pegged to the $1 itself. All right, but that is just another topic. I'm not going to go into there. I myself not a real belief in crypto. I'm more traditional guys into stock market that need to back by uh asset behind it. All right, so enough blabber over there. Come back to stocks. So Elon Musk actually say that they want to pause the acquisition of Twitter, causing Twitter to drop 18-20%, causing billions of dollars from Twitter to just flush out. All right, so he thought that he can pay the fee, breakup fee, but actually this is not how it works. Can you see Twitter lose more than 9 million in the market cap just because of that? All right, but we know that, I mean, there are people who know that how trustable this guy is. He can actually just pull out. So I don't know. If let's say you're into Twitter, just be aware. Uh, I didn't enter into Twitter before he acquisition or after he acquisition. I think there's many shares out there, so I just stay away. This is too noisy by the news itself, so I just stay away. Okay, so enough. Let's go to the chart because there's a lot of counter. I will try to share as much as possible. Try to share a lot of big counter, big name, Amazon, this kind of big counter, so that you give you a highlight. Where are you standing if you are holding any of the shares? Just be prepared if you want to do dollar cost averaging. Be smart as well. All right. So we can see what happened on Dow Jones. We can see that this is what I wrote 30 April. I think it's a week or 2 weeks before. We are looking at 200-day moving average. This is on the weekly. We can see. Okay, so this is what we are looking. Coming up, we are looking at 30,000. Okay, let's remove. Okay, 50 basis point high on the table. Further, we'll support consider 200-day moving average. Just nice. This one come. Let's take away. Let's take away. So if let's say you are about to draw, coincide. Okay, so this is what I'm looking at. 30,000. On the weekly candle, is close below the 32,000. Okay, so that might be some pullback itself. I won't be surprised because we know that this is all the top. True or not? So where is the pullback? 34,000 will be the first line. But of course, in between that, I think I stated 32,400 need to break. I can't remember. Let's see. 32,300 around there. Okay. So we shall see whether will it go up to 32,300. I think it's very near here. Okay. So back to 32,000 is one line. This candle showing a reversal candle. So what I'm looking at right now, let's remove all the drawings. Okay, so what I'm looking at right now for Dow Jones, if let's say Monday when the market opened, you're able to break above this 32,000, this 32,300. This is where EV is 32,300. If you're able to break above, okay, if you're able to break above, then we will look at the first resistance line, which is at 33,000. Okay, so this is what I'm looking at. We are still at the downtrend. Okay, it's still at the lower of the previous low, lower of the previous low. a lower of the previous high, lower of the previous low. So if let's say you draw in the parallel line, I mean this apply to the remaining indices, so don't ask me what happens. It's the same, it's just that you need to be precise on the level itself. So we are actually trading on the channel. Alright, so it's very clear cut. So if you want, there is really opportunity for you to grab in some equity counter. I will be sharing as well. Otherwise, this is what we are looking at. Okay. uh, Wrong tools, so sorry. This is what we are looking at. We can see here come up, here come down. All right, so this is what I'm looking at. So 34,000 need to cross, otherwise I don't see any upside. Okay, why the market is feeling more on the downside? Basically, there's just a few points that you need to take note, which is very important as well. Firstly, the free liquidity money is pulling out from the market itself. No more free money. This is all the free money where they come in, the Fed pump money, everything. This is the free money. Environment change, free money taken away, we have to come down. First idea, free money taken away, we have to come down. Second, inflation rate beating all-time high, they need to control. They increase the rate. This is decrease the rate. This is increase the rate. Very obvious, right? I don't need to teach you just a simple theory. Next thing, war is still ongoing. Oil is still at the high side, $100 per barrel. This is all about inflations. All right. Next thing, money from here, free money, not just going into the equity, it go into the cryptocurrency. For the lira side, crypto just burned 100, 200 billion dollar over there. It's very huge. Where will this free money go to? No more free money to pump the market in. Alright, unless retailer is trying to save the money, yes, retailer is also strong enough. Look at how AMC and GameStop is being played. So there's chances that you will have some rebound, and we are looking at 34,000. But of course, to be at the safe side, you can actually divide to half. We can see 33,000. If 33,000 don't show any sign of going up again, we will be reversed back from here. Okay, so this is where I am looking at as well. 33,000, 34,000, very crucial. 33,000, 34,000, see now 34,000, 33,000 is very crucial. This is all the figure which I mentioned previously. If you follow my video, if you watch, then you prepare yourself, you know what to do. If you just see the image what I shared in my Facebook, then God bless you. All right. So next, let's look at S&P 500, SPX. Okay, so for S&P, so sorry, I think I used another chart. Am I on the correct one? 1 second, guys. Okay, I think it's this. Okay, so SPX 500. Maybe I didn't draw, but I don't know which chart did I save. Okay, anyway, it's the same thing. We are looking at a crucial line. Take note. 4,000. Okay, this is the crucial line. 4,001 and 4,002. This is what is stated on the news as well, but we did that as well. So it's the same thing. Okay, so these three level, 100 point apart. Just take note, we are still on the downtrend itself. Okay, so we need to see the pullback. And I'm looking around this area. Okay, eye for some short opportunity. Okay, eye from some short opportunity. Okay, so I don't really see the market have the strength to beat all the way this time high. All right, which is 4,300. I don't see a strong market at this point of time unless there's miracle. Otherwise, it should be ranged to this point and there should be some rebound. Okay, it's the midpoint. As you can see, there's a parallel channel. There's a dotted line. Can you see that or not? I'm looking at the dotted line. Unless the dotted line breach, then we look at this point. Otherwise, to me, I'm more on the downside. But we see how strong is the retailer, right? Okay, so next, just go through a few chart. Big counter, Amazon. Okay, Amazon, which I draw previously. I just deleted everything. How come like my chart is not all safe? Oh, it's loading. Is it loading? Okay. Anyway, I did draw Amazon, so it's not loading. Too bad. Okay, so for Amazon itself, right? This is what we see previously. All right, just one clear cut break below. right now is actually at near the 2000 level. This is a psychological level, 2000. Okay, so we can see that Amazon actually crashed down to near 2000. All right, people, retailer, fear of missing out, dollar averaging, the next average they want to go up. So people who bought at this range, right, by right, yeah, you just divide your shares into 3 times, we know that the market is coming down. You can save a bit, but what happens if the market didn't come down and it retrace back? This is a few key level you can actually watch out. I just anyhow random put. I'm not a god. I just random. Just do time average or whichever you prefer. This is the second dollar cost average you can go in. The third and then the fourth. Of course, when it comes to here, it's really back to the market lah. But this actually give a new chance for new blood. New blood, new investor, a new generation investor to pick good stock, all right, to pick up those value good stock itself. Okay, so by looking at the weekly chart, I mean, those say that I draw it for fun, we can use Fibonacci level from the 100 pull back to here. Can you see that it's very close? 23%, 38%, 50%. Okay, so this is the first level. 2000 is at the 38.2%. If we break, we are looking at 23. Then we go to 100. All right, so this is kind of like similar. There's always a buffer in between. Okay, so this is Amazon. Okay, so in short-term basis, okay, so sorry, too fast. In short-term basis, we can see that there is some pullback, immediate pullback, putting 2000 as your stop loss. All right, putting your stop 1000 as your support. There is some immediate pullback, but the volume isn't that great. Okay, the volume isn't that great even for the jump up. So I think this is just a panic buying. But if you are more savvy, you worry about the market go even higher. What you should do is that once the market after the pullback, maybe cover the gap. Okay, maybe cover the gap. You can actually short here instead. Okay, riding according with the market, big market sentiments lah. All right, so there might be a few 1 weeks, couple of days, or maybe drag to 2 weeks for it to reach 2008, recover back. Then we can look for a greater short. Okay, any rebound is for you to sell off, but any short-term trader can take this mid as well. Okay, 2000 is a support, breach, cut, all this will not happen. Okay, next thing. Uh, let's see, small cap RUT, which I mentioned as well previously. Okay, so this is what I draw. It hit, right? It hit the target 1750. Hit, break below, pull back. So right now, this 1750, yes, is the critical support. All right, this 1750 is the critical support. But where is the immediate support? Is a critical is here. If you want to short, if you breach another low, then you will see a lower low lah. All right. So this is what. Otherwise, we can see some pullback. Okay, it happens across the border lah. To be frank, it happens across the border. So people is inside should take note. QQQ, which I mentioned previously, if Nasdaq drop, this is not going to be spare. First target 290, it hit. See that 30 April, I charted since here. Okay, since here. So if you shorted, you got around maybe $30 of profit, one stocks. Okay, one unit $30. We hit 290, bounce back. If you bounce here, if you are still praying for it to go lower, right? Then you will, if it eventually go higher, you make your profit actually turn losses. All right, it's actually your profit, it turns break even, not your losses, but you also feel pain. When you're doing short-term trading, you better quick in, quick out. Okay, if you are a long-term holder, you short anywhere, you want to continue to hold, then by all means. So depend on your duration. Don't because you are short-term looking at short-term and then you want to pray for holding for weeks. Unless you don't mind. All right, then manage your trade accordingly. All right, manage your trade accordingly. MGM, I think there's a report saying that the casino is suffering as well. We hit our target 38. Fibo first minor support 35, so we hit 35. Okay, we hit 35, we bow back. So right now 38 will be the supporter resistance. We shall see whether is it strong resistance here. Otherwise, we wait for the moving average catch up. Then this is where we look at. This is MGM. Big counter, big counter. Let's go again. Sports. Shopify. Shopify is really it's a pain, I can say. Okay, from 1007 from 1007. Sorry if my pace is faster because today there is really uh lots of shares I'm sharing. I hope that I can share as much as possible. By looking this video, you get a high sight what the market is looking at as well. So dropping 80%, that's the pain. All right, that's the pain. In any time of round 2020, 2021, you enter in, it's a pain. It dropped to 80%. How much dollar average, right? So by looking at really chart, then you ask, is it a good time to buy? I say, after 80% discount, will you buy? Even you go for shopping, there's a 10%, 20%, 50% discount. Singapore Great Sales, whichever you also purchase. This is the 80%. 80% shop dropping. Of course, in the chart perspective, 80% is a good discount. Look into the fundamental, drill a little bit more, whether the Shopify is earnings, increasing their revenue. We don't talk about increasing at this situation, at this environment. At least you're able to maintain the revenue. I think it's a decent stock to enter, and that is why the market actually bounced back because it reached 80%. The first minor support at 320. So people who actually worried, fear of missing out to pick it up, they pick it up. Can you see on the Thursday itself, not just on Friday? Shopee actually has a huge volume come in to buy up. This gives you a signal, all right? So for Shopee, I can see that will be more upside comparing to the rest just I mentioned. More upside, but it's also a technical rebound. All right, also a technical rebound, not to forget. So let's draw some arrow. Okay, coming down. Okay, so we can see volume coming down. Okay, every time when it spike up, okay, every time you spike up, the volume also increases. See that or not? Okay, so I think there will be so-called divergence if you want to on the RSI. I don't want to on, but let's do it. Let's do it for once. Indicator. Let's do it for once. Where's my okay Bollinger Bands? All the oscillator come in. There should be a divergence forming. Okay, we can see from the CCI. Can you see it's coming down? Okay, so this is actually forming up. See or not? Okay, so this is what happened. For the RSI itself is actually at the oversold level. This is oversold level, but we also coming up. See that or not? So there's a divergence forming. Of course, where will this go to? That is the questions, right? Everyone want to know where is the money coming in. Okay, so let's take a look at a weekly perspective. Okay, put this into your watch list. Try to learn how to read the chart, how to do your trade setup. Eventually it will help you out as well. So all right, for weekly we can see volume is higher than the previous one. So first we know that this is the stop loss. I'm going to put 310 or you can put at $300. It's up to you because the low of this candle is actually 308. All right, I put 310. I think it's not too much. 310 is possible. Okay, so I put my stop loss at 310, and where will I be riding up? You see, I'm looking at weekly chart. So if I want it to be happening, it should happen within the two candle, right? By then, two candle, we step into the June already, start of the June already. We right throughout the fear factor in May, sell in May, we are entering into the next month. Okay, so 2 more weeks, if we are able to see, this is the candle, this is the candle, we want to see whether it able to touch the first moving average or not. All right, so this is what I'm looking, short-term trading, right? We are looking at short-term trading. So we just give $500. Okay, the round figure. Can you see the first resistance? So right now we are at 400. There's $100 go up, $80 risk. So your risk reward is still 1:2 plus. There we could continue to monitor there. All right. So there is a short-term trading in display for weekly chart. Daily perspective, you can go and zoom in. All right. So we can see where it break this $550. By right, we see 500, right? So it seems like we draw at this 550. So eventually, if let's say it break this red color line, we will be forming shoulder, head, shoulder. Okay, so it touch here, come back, support and resistance. Then this is the leg breakout. You can actually buy from here. You can actually buy from the breakout, pullback, or you can actually buy here, wait for here. Okay, so this part is all predictions. This part is all prediction. When it come down, we never know. We react of what it show us where the market go there. Okay, we react where the market go there, then we react. But right now, it seems a good risk reward. Ultimately, we are still at the downside. Not to forget, So you want to go in nimble with care. Okay, we are at 25 minutes of this video. Let me spend another last 5 minutes. Let's finish up. Netflix, a lot of people is buying, but the company is not, the revenue drop, right? The revenue drop. So the subscriber drop, they want to add in the advertisements. Okay, how will the market behave? But what I see from candle perspective, if this is the pole, this is the flag, this is the pole, mirror image should have completed by then. Okay, by then. So we take this candle, weekly candle, as a first minor support. If we never break 160, we might see rebound back. Okay, so we might see rebound back. So 200 $250, $260 will be your first target zone. Okay, wow, so parallax error. Okay, so this is what I'm seeing. A lot of people is still betting on Netflix. Trust me, eventually it gap down, profit guidance coming, they are still betting on Netflix. Who? Retailer. All right, so you want to write, you write accordingly, but going anti-trend, trade smaller size, then remember, don't hold too long. All right, don't hold too long. All right, I think 4 more minutes. Let's go. Like I see, you see, this is all bottom picking, bottom fishing. All right, this is all bottom fishing. So bottom fishing got bottom fishing strategy. Just be careful. Okay, next is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is suffered by the Luna. What is happening? Break 30,000, 28,000 is the next level. It break and it go to 25,000. Okay, see that? That is the low. Okay, but I will not go into Bitcoin to be frank. Right now, cryptocurrency is very certainty. Regulation is coming to play. How to tightening it up? There's a high volume selling, bearish candle, break the first support which I mentioned, 30,000, go to 25,000. This is the area I don't feel comfortable in Bitcoin. Yes, it can be whatever technology generation, whichever, but if let's say this is meant for the new technology, upcoming payment system, why should it price at 30,000 in the first place? True or not? But of course, I don't believe you can see why I should be making a big profit. I should have shorted here, or shorted where. I just ignore it totally. I never touch at all. All right. Even if actually I touch, I believe some people know I touch on this thing called Coinbase. Previously I've recommended, but since that I haven't recommended already, right? I erase all the write up. Follow my video, you should know lah. I mean, just look back at my video in the YouTube. So Coinbase itself weekly, so poorly done. Firstly, the earnings is not doing good. All right. Second, I think the Bitcoin drop, it actually will cause it to drop as well. So right now, any long at this will be even more risky than long in the previous few shares which I mentioned, like Shopify, like Amazon. Okay, these come into regulation, it can actually get down again. Okay, so you want to take this kind of risk, then this is the risk you are looking at. If you want to take this kind of profit, this is the risk you are looking at. Okay, with high volume coming down, I think there are too many shares out there lah. All right, don't have to focus back to this. Don't be a share lover. You are doing trading. All right, you are picking it up for long-term perspective. By all means, enter some. Remember not to put everything in one basket. All right, so just be aware. Just be aware. Okay, I still got more in my hand, but I really can't finish it up. Maybe I just talk about some interesting counter like Neo. Tesla is there lah, right? We know the Tesla, so we look at Neo. This is what I dropped previously, right? Two big arrows saying down. Eventually hit, right? So if you shorted, congrats to you. If you never short, you give it a pass. Also, congrats to you. At least you are not suffering. You're not making profit doesn't mean you are losing money. Correct? Just the profit is not yours. Right now, where are we looking at? $10. Sorry, $10. The major support area. Okay, $10. The major support area. This is the final price. If it come below it, below $10, please jump to other stocks. Okay, jump to other stocks. There's many. If you go below $10, there will be a lot of algorithm trigger the stop loss, and we are looking for somewhere lower. Maybe here. $5.50. But if you want to have some risk, you don't mind risking $4 to pick it up, $10 is cut off. your reward might be huge. It might go up to $20, $18. This is what we are looking at. So where is my perspective? I'm looking at 20, the next leg. Okay, so I'm risking $4.30 to make a $6.50. If you think the risk reward is good, you want to take it, then take it. All right, so I got to put a stop. There's many more, but I can't finish. So sorry about that. It's 30 minutes. I don't want to blabber too long. Otherwise, no one will listen to this video. All right, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me a message through the Facebook. Join my Telegram group. Remember to share and like my Facebook page, my Telegram, and my YouTube as well. Hopefully, you share to your friends. This down crash is no kidding. All right. It can be like a next global financial crisis. Take note and enjoy a long weekend for Singaporean and enjoy a weekend for other country or people. Stay safe. Bye bye.